Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So normally I would start off the video a little differently than this, and I'd actually just start delivering to you guys whatever message I'm talking to you guys about for the day or for the week, But this time I want to read you guys something and then go into the rest of the video. I recently found this among my notes a while back, and it fits the whole entire theme, the whole entire message of this video that I want to do for this week. So without going too much into it and delaying too long, I would really like to just read this to you. I'm just going to read this to you guys real quick, and then we can go ahead and go talk about it. But like I said, there's not a single thing about this that I want to change, and it hits exactly what I wanted it to for you guys to know. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read. Okay. Lack of discipline. The things on our plate takes a lot of time, and the side effect of that is that it leaves you tired, stressed, overworked, restless. And in your time with Jesus, normally when you start to become tired, restless, overworked, exhausted, stressed, busy, the first thing to go is normally your time with Jesus. When you start to let a couple of disciplines slip, normally the first ones to go are your spiritual ones. We've got many disciplines, from eating disciplines like meal plans, no fast food, to gym habits and physical habits. The spiritual ones, such as daily Bible reading, praying daily, the daily time with Jesus, time in the Christian community, those are the first ones to go when you're tired. Your time with Jesus takes energy. It takes mental and physical energy. We think that our walk with Jesus is just this big burdening thing that leaves us more tired, and we think we're going to be more tired at the end of it. That is not true. That is a complete and total lie that the enemy, that Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, is trying to trick you into believing. That is literally all it is. That is not true at all. Okay? And it disagrees with Scripture. Scripture says in Matthew 11:28 through 29, it tells us that Jesus tells us to come to Jesus and he will give us rest, and his burden is light. And then in John 1:5, it also says that his commandments are not burdensome. Okay? Following Jesus shouldn't be burdening, and it shouldn't leave you more tired. It should leave your soul rejuvenated. That doesn't mean your body might not be more tired, but your heart, your soul, your mind will be rejuvenated. And normally, our spiritual disciplines are the first ones to go when we are tired. Now, Jesus is our role model. As a disciple of Christ, we don't have it all together, and we struggle with our disciplines. Sometimes we struggle with our Bible time, our prayer time, being in the gym as much as we used to, or eating habits. And it's because you're normally stressed, and when you're stressed or overworked, you start to let your disciplines go because they take energy, and your spiritual ones are the first ones to go. The reason we struggle on our walk with Jesus and struggling with letting our spiritual disciplines slip is because we're tired, we're busy, we're stressed, we're restless. But it is a lie from the devil that you keeping your spiritual disciplines is going to leave you more tired, stressed, and add more to your plate. If you are more tired, more stressed, more restless after spending time with Jesus, then it's not the Jesus of the Bible that you're spending time with. That goes against what the Bible says. Then there's this book called Live No Lies by John Mark Homer. And I haven't read this book myself personally, but I have heard a lot of good things about it, and a lot of people who are really encouraging me into reading it. So I would have to recommend you guys to try and read it yourself. And he talks about the world, the flesh, and the devil near the end of one of his books. Excuse me. He says spiritual disciplines are spiritual warfare. They're how we wage war. They're how we fight our battles. And spiritual disciplines are spiritual warfare. If we don't have disciplines, we're double-minded, we're unstable, we're kind of just floating by. And that's a very dangerous thing to be an undisciplined Christian. But when you set a discipline, you schedule your I cannot talk today. When you set a discipline, you schedule the rest of your schedule around that discipline. We have to be disciplined as Christians. We have to set these disciplines, and this is something that takes time in your brain's habit system. Habits build over time. The more you do something, the easier it is to do it. So there is a reason why I went off of this. Like I said, um, discipline is a key thing to being a Christian. As it kind of says in this, we have to be disciplined. Being an undisciplined Christian is extremely toxic. It's extremely bad. It is, as it says, we're double-minded, we're unstable, we're not really walking the walk. We're not walking the walk that we're supposed to be doing with God. Okay. And that is what we're called to do. We're called to be walking with God. We're called to be disciplined. We're called to be separating ourselves from the world. We're supposed to be in the word, not the world. We're supposed to be just part of it. Like we're living in it, but we're not actually of it. If you know what I'm saying. Maybe it's the other way around. You get what I'm saying, I hope. Okay, we live in this world, but we're not supposed to be part of it. We're supposed to be part of God's world and living in his word and working off of that and trying to be more like Jesus. That is what I'm trying to say. So the reason why I picked this whole entire theme, this whole entire message, I'm going back to it, and I had at one point covered this in one of my other videos, but the problem is lately, the last couple weeks or so, I've really noticed just how undisciplined I am, me personally. And then I also had a friend of mine message me this morning saying that she feels the exact same way, that she feels like she's not really disciplined enough. And that is unfortunately something not someone else can hold us accountable. We have to try and do that ourselves. We need to be working on our own discipline. We need to be working on setting these goals, setting these boundaries, putting these restrictions on ourselves to try and make us more like Jesus, trying to get us out of the world, trying to keep us from believing whatever the devil is trying to trick us into believing, and not listening to the lies of what he's telling us. Like, and as it said here too, remember when it said, we think our walk with Jesus is just this big burdening thing that leaves us more tired, and we think we're going to be more tired at the end of it. And that is completely not true. Okay. And I have been extremely undisciplined. I have been, there's just, I don't know how fully to explain what it is I'm trying to convey without being like spewing everything and just going off on a tangent and whatnot. But lately, I've been really noticing that I have taken a turn for the worst, and it has been affecting not only myself, but it's affecting two of my best friends. Um, One whom I don't even know if I can call her my best friend anymore, because she's not really talking to me after I really messed up something. Um, I don't know if she still is friends with me or not, but I do know I'm not going to quit trying to be friends with her, I guess. But either way, the point is I've noticed this a lot, not just myself. Okay, and I'm not trying to make this strictly about me, um, but I'm trying to make this point to everyone. Okay, being disciplined in your walk with Christ, in your walk with Jesus, is extremely crucial. And if you don't get disciplined, in your walk with God, you could go down the same road that I drastically turned down to. And I'm now trying to kind of correct myself into back onto the right road. Okay. Like I said, the last couple of days, the last week or so, the last 2 weeks or a month or so, I don't even know how long I've been kind of veering off this path, but I've been going down a darker path without even realizing it. I was at one point a little more disciplined. I was on a good path to begin with. And then I'm not even sure what happened or how it got deterred off. But instead of me continuing down the path that I was supposed to be going down, I veered off a little bit. And I started veering off more and more and more and more. And I started going down until I pretty much hit rock bottom last night. And I got this realization that I was off the path that I was supposed to be going completely. And when I spoke to one of my other friends this morning who said the exact same thing, that she was completely undisciplined and that she needed to work on that just made me realize that there are other people out there who need to understand that discipline as a Christian, as a disciple of Christ, is extremely crucial. So I'm probably just going to do more videos on being disciplined and more things about it as I learn, because this is an ongoing journey with me. It's an ongoing progression, change I'm currently working on myself. And I know for a fact that there are other people out there who need to be disciplined, who need help with it. And while I can't physically help you or keep you accountable for being disciplined, I can help you out by teaching you guys what I learned, or telling you guys new tips and tricks on how to be disciplined, like trying this little habit instead, trying this or something. That is my goal. My goal is to try and help you guys out as best as I can. And if you guys have any tips or suggestions on how to be disciplined, things that I could possibly do to make things, to get back onto that path where I'm supposed to be on, then I would absolutely love it if you guys shared it as well. Like, just comment below on it. I might even make a whole entire playlist for just disciplined videos, because this is now, like, I think the second video, and I do know I want to make more videos specifically targeting towards being disciplined and trying to stay on that path, because I guess that is an extremely key ingredient in your walk with Christ. And without that discipline, you're gonna keep going down the same road I was going. You're gonna keep veering off door that, and you're going to keep messing up. And that is not something you want to do. It's not something I want to do. I know it's not something my friend wants to do. And unfortunately, because of me being undisciplined, because of me going down this dark path, me losing basically who I was supposed to be, I might have lost one of my best friends. But if it helps you guys avoid that same mistake, I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna be glad that happened, but I am gonna be glad on the fact that if it does help you learn from my mistakes, my screw ups, what you want to call it, and then I will count that as a win. But you guys, this is something we need to really start honing in on. It's like my one video that I was saying, you need to get right with God. In order to get right with God, you have to be disciplined. And being disciplined, you need to be in the Word. You need to be talking to Him. You need to be focusing on your the spiritual side. The spiritual disciplines, like the ones where it says the the Bible reading, the daily prayers, the daily time with Jesus, the time in a Christian community, Bible studies. You need to be actually disciplining yourself in these disciplines, in whatever one you set, and not letting them go. When you get tired, when you get stressed out, when you get overworked, those are the times when you want to go to God. Those are the times you want to be in prayer and talking to Him, not drifting away from Him. But unfortunately, when you do get tired, when you do get stressed, when you get overworked, you just get physically drained. Those are the first ones to go. And I am extremely guilty of that. Okay? I have been reading my my YouVersion plans daily, but I haven't been really actually reading the Bible. I haven't been really praying as often as I should be, talking to Him as I should be. And all of that, excuse me, has been really affecting my mental health. Okay. It's not so much work that's been affecting my mental health. It's not so much um, my things that are going on in the apartment that's really affecting my mental health. It's the fact that I was drifting away from God without actually realizing I was going down that dark path, like I said, and wasn't even fully realizing it because I let these disciplines go. Instead of being fully disciplined in my Bible time, in my prayer time, in spending time with Christian, Christian community, because mine are online, but being involved was what was really hindering me. That was what was really affecting me. And I am really encouraging you guys to be doing the same thing. You guys need to be disciplined in your walk with Christ, in your walk with Him. And now is the time to really start honing in on them, to start working on them. And any way I can possibly help to help you guys with your guys' discipline schedule, your discipline habits, just learning more about that. That is what I'm going to be trying to do, because that is something that needs to be very taken seriously. And if we don't take it seriously, then, like I said, you could end up going the same route that I had just started taking down. And you guys might hit like I hit rock bottom. Okay, I hit my version of rock bottom, but your rock bottom could be a lot lower than mine. And getting out from rock bottom, it's not easy. It's going to take a little time. It's going to take a lot of time, actually, but it is possible to do. You just need to start working your way up. And usually by doing that, you could use a little help to try and work your way up. So that is where I come in. If I can help in any way, I'm going to try to. So, like I said, this is not going to be the final discipline video I'm going to be making, and there will be others. I will probably make a discipline playlist, and I'll have them all in there for you guys. But yeah, I'm hoping my rambling made some kind of sense, and you guys can take something out of it. And with any luck, you and I and whoever else is watching this and whoever else can probably benefit from this, we will start making progress in our discipline and our walk with Christ and our walk with God, and we can all start noticing the changes in ourselves and in each other as we continue growing together. Now, if you guys watch this to the end, then you guys are awesome. And if you guys know anyone who could probably benefit from hearing this message, specifically because they're lack of discipline, or they could use a little guidance or a little help to it, whatever the case is, go ahead and share this with them. But don't forget to hit the like, shares, comment, subscribe button. And if you guys are working on your guys' walk with being disciplined, go ahead and comment down below something like starting my discipline walk or something along those lines, just so I know who else is trying to start working on their discipline. So without any, hi Fuzzy, do you mind? All right, without further ado, I'm gonna let you guys go. Fuzzy is apparently wanting attention, so I will see you guys next week, and I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday and a great weekend. All right, love you guys. Bye.